We don't have to be in this state of survival in this industry. It does not have to be this way. Learn a few bits of it, how your brain and your body work. That gives you the knowledge that you need in order to actually become aware you're in the state, to be able to stop, breathe, and change. Change is the reframe. Change is shifting from that state of survival to a state of creation, to being in the zone and when you're in flow, if you will.
Because I coach on a lot of, sales, marketing, a lot of stuff where you need to tap into the creative part of your brain with social media, scripting, all that stuff. A lot of people, the brokers, they have all these great intentions and it goes in the calendar and they're feeling it and blah, blah, blah. But then the shitstorm of a day happens in our industry. It is every day. You're drinking from a fire hose and it comes in, but they don't have the tools like that. So the adrenaline's pumping and they stay in that state. And then they look at their calendar and they're like, oh, now I got to create content. And the brain can't even get there. And then all of a sudden they just go, I'll do it tomorrow. And they shut down. And then tomorrow comes and they don't do it. And then you check in 2 weeks later and they've done 2 pieces of content, even though they know they should build a brand on social media. But when you reverse engineer it all back, it was they set themselves up to fail because they didn't have the tools, to recognize the awareness and then the tools to change the state.
That's right.
I'm starting to see it now. I never understood the disconnect on some brokers on how they can't perform prospecting, creativity stuff, social media. I've never got that because I think I naturally do what you say. So I can always get back to my regular state. The average person I'm dealing with can't. They're not equipped. They haven't heard this. And so they're never going to go down that path. And then their business suffers, which then just stockpiles back on to the stress. And then you have this whole loop that just keeps going. Interesting.
And so we call that a refractory period. A refractory period is the amount of time between when you have an emotional response to when it's over. So the refractory period, depending on the individual, can last for hours, days, weeks, months, years. When it's days or weeks, we call that a mood. Somebody's like, oh, I'm in a mood, just give me a moment. If that refractory period lasts for weeks or months, it's called a temperament.
If it's treated, then that refractory period is much smaller.
If it's treated, we can shorten the refractory period. Otherwise, that person's going to be in that state for months or years. And you're going to be like, why are you this way? I'm this way because of that thing that happened to me 4 years ago, and I haven't been able to change back since. That's where this industry is. We are in a long-standing refractory period where stress has become the norm, and now the industry is burning out as a whole.